Hey, what's up guys? Bailey here with another video. And today I'm continuing my CD collection. This is part 8. And actually for these last few parts, I'm going to show a lot more CDs in each part. And I'm also going to try to get these last few parts out as quick as I can because I've taken way too long to do my CD collection. I should have finished this like over 2 months ago. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, let's just get into part 8. This first album is an album from last year, and it's one of my favorite non-metal albums of the year. This is the Lumineers with their new album, Cleopatra, or their newest one, yeah. And I just think the Lumineers make nice, pretty catchy, folk rock that I don't care if it's mainstream or not. I like them. I just think they make nice, pretty catchy music, and they're just the type of band I think if you just want to kind of chill out and something to sing along to, they're that type of band. So, yeah. Next up is one of the bands that actually kind of helped me get into metal in some ways. This is Mastodon with their most recent album, Once More Around the Sun. I know some people are kind of a little bit mixed on Mastodon's newer stuff, but I do quite like it. I do think I do like their older stuff better, but this is still a pretty damn good album for what it is, I think. Of course, it's like progressive metal mixed with sludge metal, and yeah, it's definitely damn good. Especially the song The Motherlode. I do like that. And no, I don't care about the stupid music video. So, yeah, I mean, I heard that video was like supposed to be kind of like making fun of how a lot of mainstream music videos are today. But either way, I don't care that there was twerking in it. So, yeah. And that's it. And a lot of my CDs just fell. That's always fun. Next is their album Crack the Sky. And yeah, this is definitely a pretty damn good album. I don't know if I'd say this is my favorite album by them, but still pretty damn good. This has possibly my favorite Mastodon song ever, which is Oblivion, the first song on here. I don't know what it is. I've always really liked that song a lot, and yeah, I've listened to it countless times. And I think the rest of this album is also pretty damn good. And yeah, that's all our Mastodon. Next is a band that I really don't listen to all that much anymore. What was that? Sorry, guys. But I don't know. This is a pretty historic album. This is Megadeth with Rust in Peace. So yeah, like I said though, I don't really listen to these guys anymore. Yeah. And I thought their new album was honestly just kind of bleh. I didn't think it was downright bad. Not like Super Collider, that was just a giant piece of shit. But I just thought it was kind of eh. But I do admit, I do think older Megadeth is better. And this is, I know, a very historic album, and yeah, I actually do quite like it. And it has two of some of my probably favorite Megadeth songs ever, like Henry Tainting Holy Wars, The Punishment Due. And yeah, pretty damn good. Next are 2 albums by another band that I don't really listen to all that much anymore. But again, just like Mastodon, they did kind of help me get into metal quite a bit. This is Metallica with Injustice for All. Yeah, I think you all know this album. We all know Metallica. Don't need to tell you who they are. And again, even though I don't really listen to them all that much anymore, they are one of the bands that helped me get into metal, I will admit. And the song One is actually one of the first metal songs I ever heard. and I do still really like that song. I'm not gonna lie, I do really still like it. But yeah, this actually might be my favorite album by them. Maybe, I really don't know, but yeah. And yeah, and this is Kill 'Em All by Metallica, their debut. Crap. It's actually in pretty shitty condition, but yeah. Again, just another old album that's considered a classic by them. And yeah, this is what got all started from them. And I really don't even remember that much about this album because I really haven't listened to it all that much. But I think maybe I gave it actually one listen, to be honest. But I remember it was pretty decent for what it is. But yeah, it's just whatever, I guess. And actually, their new album, Metallica's most recent album, I didn't really think it was all that special, honestly. I mean, I think it's better than the stuff they did back in the 90s and like Saint Anger and shit, but still didn't think it was anything really special. Alright, next is like a indie rock band that I haven't listened to all that much, but for what I've heard, for the most part, I do like. This is Modest Mouse with their newest album, Strangers to Ourselves. Yeah, I really actually don't have anything to say about this because I think I only give this like one, two listens. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it actually all that much, the very little I did listen to it. I don't know, I think I just have to get more listens because I haven't listened to this for like well over a year. But yeah, it's just a indie rock. It's really all it is. From the other stuff I've heard by Modest Mouse, though, I do like. Especially like their song Float On, and yeah. There's nothing to really say about it. Next is an album from last year a lot of people were hyped about. This is Nails with You Will Never Be One of Us. Yeah, a lot of people were hyped about this album, and I could definitely see why. It's just a very fast, pummeling power violence, grindcore, hardcore punk. I mean, that's basically what power violence is. All those mixed together, but yeah. But yeah, I didn't really like this, I think, as much as a lot of other people did, but I did like it. For like my metal albums of the year, I know this is like in my top 30. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And yeah, it's just fast, pummeling power violence. And it's very short, but packs a hell of a punch, I think. Oh, now these next two albums are two of some of my favorite albums ever by one of my favorite bands ever. And I know that whole stupid Patreon thing they did was stupid, but I don't care. I still love this band's music. This is Neobla Viscaris with Portal of Eye. As you can see, I got signed by all the members, well, almost all the members. I say almost because I saw them live back in August, the day before I went to Summer Slaughter. And Xenor sadly couldn't make the show because he like blew out his vocal cords, I think. I think that's what Tim Charles said. And yeah, so it was just mostly Tim doing vocals the whole show. Except for on one song, the lead singer from Black Crown Initiate actually came up on stage and did harsh vocals for a song, which I thought was pretty cool, and he did a good job. But even though Xenor wasn't there, they still put on one of the best shows I've ever seen. And yeah, this actually comes with a poster. Like the band. And the artwork on the back. Yeah, it's just a little mini poster. And yeah, this is fantastic shit. I love Neobla Viscaris' music. And even though I haven't listened to this as much as their most recent album, I still think this is amazing. It's fantastic shit. And then, of course, I have Citadel, their most recent album from 2014. See, I got band member signatures again there. this is absolutely amazing. I think this album is fucking flawless, and this is probably my favorite album from 2014. And if not quite number one, it's definitely like in my top 3 from that year. This is amazing. This is one of my favorite albums ever. I just love this album front to back. I think every song is amazing, especially Painters of the Tempest, Triptych Lux. Oh, I can't tell you how many times I listened to that song. To me, that song is just 16 and a half minutes of pure awesomeness, in my opinion. And yeah, I love this band, and it's really all I can say. I just fucking love this band. And sadly, I couldn't get either of their 2 albums on vinyl when I saw them live, but I will get them someday. But yeah, I love that band. Next is something actually I really haven't even listened to. This is Incesticide by Nirvana. Now, if memory serves me right, I think this is like a compilation of like their demos and EPs. I think. Don't really hold me to that. But yeah, I don't know. I really haven't listened to this, so I can't say what I think. But I think I definitely should get on that because I've actually had this for a while now. Just haven't really gotten around listening to it. So yeah, really nothing to say about it. Next is some pretty good tech death. This is Nile with What Should Not Be Unearthed, the most recent album from 2015. Comes on a slipcase. So yeah. But yeah, I just think Nile made pretty damn good pummeling tech death. That it's not over technical or anything like that. And yeah, I do think this is definitely better than At the Gates of Sethu. Way better. I just thought that album was just kind of blah, kind of there. But this one's really good, I think. And yeah, just a pretty good pummeling tech death. So yeah. And now finally finishing off the ends is pretty good like alt metal rock band in some way. This is Nothing More with their most recent album. Nothing More? Yeah, I believe this is self-titled. Yeah, this is just there's actually a lot of genres in here. I think I've heard this is considered like rock, alt rock, alternative metal, even progressive metal at times. So there's a lot of genres in here, and there's 15 songs on this album, so that's a lot of songs. But I don't really think this album gets boring. And yeah, just a pretty good like alt rock, alt metal band. Now we're into the O's. About 5 albums left to show. Next up is one of my favorite artists ever, and I'm not going to say just non-metal, they're just one of my favorite artists ever. This is of Monsters and Men with their debut, My Head is an Animal. I believe that's what it's called? Yes. I love, fucking love of Monsters and Men. They're one of my favorite artists, like I said, not just for non-metal, just music in general. They make very, very, very nice, relaxing, like indie rock, indie folk, indie pop music, folk rock, I guess you can even say. And I need to get their other album, and I need to get both of their albums on vinyl. The place where I buy my albums and like my vinyl and CDs, I do see has like both of their albums on vinyl, I believe, and I need to get them. And yeah, I love this band. And my favorite songs are probably Mountain Sound, Little Talks, Love, 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 Dirty Paws. I love this album and this band. Next is an album that was actually in my top 5 metal albums of the year. for 2016. This is Obscura with Acroasis. I love Obscura. They're one of my favorite tech death bands. And yeah, I really, really liked this album. Now, I know for some people this was a bit of a letdown. And for some people it's like, I don't know, kind of boring and a little too over technical. Which, I've said before, sometimes I don't really like over technicality. There are some bands that do that I do like, but not a whole lot of them. But I've always just had kind of a soft spot for Obscura. I've always really liked them, and I really enjoyed this album. Just yeah, this came out early last year, and it still made my top 5. So that shows you how much I liked it. And yeah, I just think this is a really good tech death album. And the last 3 albums are all by the same band. This is a band that has changed up their style dramatically over the last number of years. Some people like it, some people don't. I think their newer stuff's decent, but not like their older stuff. Of course, I am talking about Opeth. This is their album, Blackwater Park. And before any of you might ask me what I thought of their newest album from last year, I actually haven't listened to it yet, so I can't tell you what I think. But yeah, I don't have to tell you about this band or this album. If you're into extreme metal, you should know this band, and even this album. And yeah, I love Opeth. Well, mostly their older stuff. Again, I don't think their newer stuff is necessarily bad or terrible. I just think it's pretty decent, just not as good as their older stuff. Nowhere near as good. And man, I wish Michael Ackerfeld didn't lose the will to like do harsh vocals. And then I got their album Ghost Reveries. Again, another great album. I definitely really like this one. This isn't my favorite by them, but it's pretty damn good. And it has one of my favorite Opeth songs ever, Ghost of Perdition. I really love that song, and I definitely really like this album. So yeah. And then, finally, Watershed. Again, another really good album by them. I haven't listened to this as much as like stuff like Blackwater Park or Ghost Reveries or anything, but I do like this album, and yeah, again, it's just a good old classic Opeth with their whole like progressive death metal style, and yeah, I do wish they would go back to this style, but you know, it's their music, they can play whatever they want. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching part 8. Sorry this kind of went a little bit too long. I mean, I thought it was going to go way longer, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, guys, thank you for subscribing, and yeah, I will see you guys next time in my next video, and see you guys later, and peace out.